A very good morning I bid to my respected Madam Chu. Today, we would like to present on cultural tourism. Before I begin, my name is Nur Hanani, binti Muhammad Nasir. I will be presenting on the introduction and the historical background of cultural tourism. Tourism was recognized as one of the fastest and largest growing industries in the world. The industry has become very important as it has been a significant contributor to the economic growth and development of a country for decades. One of the most important and fastest growing segments in the tourism industry is cultural tourism. So, cultural tourism, as according to United Nations World Tourism Organization (UNWTO), is a type of tourism activity in which the essential motivation of the visitor is to learn, discover, experience and consume the tangible and intangible cultural attractions or product of a tourist destination. So the cultural sites or attractions may include art galleries, museums, animals and marine parks, libraries, concerts, theatrical events, dance performance, and cinema. According to Mosavi 2016, cultural tourism is considered as the original type of tourism, given its origin in the Grand Tour, which originated in Britain in the 16th century. Long before the word tourist is generated and known, coordinated travel with funding for infrastructure, sightseeing, and focus on important destinations and activities can be found in ancient Greece and Rome, which can lay claim to the roots of both heritage tourism and beach resorts in the Western traditions. Cultural tourism has much broad meaning from various researchers and other authors too. McCutcher and Ducross 2002 then has prepared a more complex typology of cultural tourists to well explain based on the search depth of cultural experience, differentiating them into one of 5 hierarchical categories, which is the purposeful, the sightseeing, the serendipitous, the casual, and the incidental cultural tourists.
Hi, my name is Nur Atirah binti Ridzuan. So I will explain about the type of culture attraction and activity cultural tourism. For the type of culture attraction, according Hajba and Bedekovic 2014, the type of culture attraction is a destination encompass a specific element that representing a mirror image of the culture of the nation. This type of culture attraction includes archaeological and historic site, traditional cultural event, and a museum. Now, I will explain about the first attraction. First is archaeological and historic site, where a tourist visit an ancient building, an area that encompasses a history of this place. For example of archaeological and historic site is a Lenggong Village. According Lumring, a complete list of Malaysia UNESCO World Heritage Site, the Lenggong Village might similarly be a lost word in a peninsula Malaysia, with 4 archaeological sites that almost 2 million years. Next, the traditional cultural event. This cultural festival or event will be celebrated supported their religion or belief. In Malaysia is including Muslim, Christian, Buddhist, Hindu, and Sikh. And the example of traditional events such as Deepavali celebration. This based on top 10 most colorful festival in Malaysia. The last but not least, the type of attraction cultural tourism is museum. According Visit Cheng Ho Culture Museum, as we know, museum is an establishment that care for a group of artifacts and other objects of artistic, culture, historical, or scientific importance. It can help the visitor more educate and well know about culture that place they visit. Now, I will explain about the activity cultural tourism. According Stenson H, when tourists visit tourism cultural attraction, sometimes they more enjoy doing little activity at the destination. It's going to help them feel closure and connected with the cultural. The first activity cultural is art and a craft, where a visitor join activity like a painting batik to make a souvenir for them. Since Malaysia batik may be a worldly honored fabric exercised in art, craft, and pastime Malaysia. Next is various cuisine. Trying local dish, for example, nasi dagang, is a one fun activity. As a type in art, craft and pastime, it one adventurous, especially for a foreigner visitor try to eating using a finger, since it's a normal practice for the villagers. The last activity is a special event. According Malaysia homestay is one activity that more advantage for a visitor that stay in a homestay or a villages area, since they can join the special event and more closure with the cultural. The example special event is a Malay wedding, which is a fascinating and steeped in age-old tradition. They can see the uniqueness and the culture of a Malay weddings. There's a lot of attraction and activity of cultural tourism that attract visitors to visit. Especially Malaysia is a rich with multiracial and ethnic. That's all from me. I will pass to the next presenter. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nur Syahirunnisaa binti Abdul Rahim, and now I will proceed to the cultural tourism impacts. In cultural tourism impact, there is a direct and indirect impacts on tourism, which it can become an important motive of tourist travel. Now, I will start with economic impact of cultural tourism. First, the economic invention provided to preserve and promote indigenous culture. According to Becker 2015, one of the most significant benefits of cultural tourism motivate the relearning and retention of indigenous culture and tradition in Borneo. Tourists are a significant source of income for many communities. For example, at a longhouse on the Jig in River, they now contribute a quarter of the village annual income. For such communities, cultural tourism revolves around ways to encourage outward-focused teenagers to participate in tradition and to be a tool for middle-aged Dayak people to learn certain cultural traits such as dance to participate in cultural tourism. Next, the economic impacts of cultural tourism is shopping sector produce the highest source of economic benefits. According to Amir et al. 2016, domestic and inbound tourists spend more on shopping, and the money was mostly spent in Joker Street, Malacca for local hawkers. Next, move to social cultural impact. The impact is continuing education and opportunity. According to Becker 2015, cultural tourism benefit indigenous community towards continued education and opportunity by providing employment that teaches global skills. He also stated that one of the guides in Mulu can speak Malay, Penang, and Iban that allow him to travel often to do translation work at conferences during his time of for guiding. Thanks to the needs of the English-speaking tour guide at Mulu, he was able to increase his social and cultural capital, further his opportunity for income, and position himself as a supporter of his community. And lastly, the environmental impacts. The impact is environmental protection and conservation. Cultural tourism has the potential to positively affect the environment by contributing to environmental protection and conservation. According to Alam 2014, he stated that 72.38% of respondents were satisfied and very satisfied of the well-maintained heritage sites in Malacca. Some of the respondents agree that they were satisfied with the quality of sanitation and hygiene facility. Meanwhile, other respondents also choose the beauty of Malacca in terms of landscape and the well-protected ecological heritage site. The eco-friendly environments and the good practice in the sustainability of the ecosystem have contributed to the interest of visitors to visit Malacca. To conclude, the impacts of cultural tourism implies that tourism has an impact on something, be it place, people, environment,
or economy. And that's all from me. Now, I will pass to the next presenter.
Now is the issues and challenges of cultural tourism. The diversity of culture, art, heritage in Malaysia has made them as one of the important marketing tools to attract both international and domestic tourists to Malaysia. However, managing them are not that easy. Many issues and challenges keep arising from time to time. The first issue is the challenge to get more participation from non-governmental institutions and society to involve and organize more program, event or activities that are related to culture, art and heritage. According to MAB 2019, the Ministry has provided several incentives for private bodies or individuals that are willing to fund such programs. This is to encourage more participation and involvement in cultural tourism. The second issue is funding. According to Nur Atirah 2018, managing cultural heritage such as cultural buildings requires an expensive care. That's why some heritage buildings are forced to be demolished due to its high maintenance costs. For example, is Boat House that was situated at Jalan Ampang, Kuala Lumpur. That house was forced to be demolished because the cost to maintain it is very expensive. The third issue is from the point of view of tourism operators and enterprises. Some of the challenges are size of investment required and the difficulties in raising finance, the cost of establishing and managing operation, the long lead time to receive approvals, and the long lead time to foster and develop target market, especially international target market. Now, the fourth issue is regarding the perspective of local communities. Okay, cultural tourism is not only about fun and conservation, but it also is about providing recreation and education about the cultural elements that we are offering. So, the issues that are concerning the local communities are whether the tourist attraction is presenting a local community perspective, whether the issues about religion or cultural sensitiveness about particular attraction is being appropriately taken into account. And lastly, is how tourism development can be minimized. So that's all from me. Thank you.
As a conclusion, cultural tourism is comprised of so many attractions and tourism products such as exciting cultural activities and historic places to be explored and learned about. Not just that, with the emergence of such attractions and tourism products, they will eventually contribute to many of the negative and positive impacts on the economic, social and environment of a country. Thus, there will be various issues and challenges to be overcome. However, cultural tourism will still continue to strive as an important marketing tool to attract both international and domestic tourists to Malaysia. With that, I end the presentation and that's all from us. Thank you.